now that our score is going up, we want to use our score to do several things. Okay? One of the first things we want to do is we want to have the score dictate a level. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to create a sprite through painting. Okay, now the first costume I'm going to go ahead and title as blank. Later on, this is going to become what I'm going to call my label sprite. Okay, so this is the one that will flash up that you're starting level 1, that you're starting level 2, that you won, that you lost. That's what this sprite is going to be about. It's also going to be a great place to house some code. All right, so we've already got our score being done here on the robot code. So now when that score hits certain levels, we're going to want to have it change the dynamics of the game. So there's a couple of things we're going to do. The first thing that we're going to do is I'm going to go to variables, and I'm going to make a variable, and I'm going to call it level. I'm going to use the level variable for a few different things. Now, if you want to, you can have it display right here, or you can uncheck it because you really don't need to necessarily know right now. We will build our game up to the point where it does what it's supposed to do. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to have this do is I'm going to go back over to robot, and I'm going to make the level increase certain things. Okay, so one of the things that we want to have happen using an operator, by the way, a multiplication operator, is that I want the number of robots that come after me, the number of invaders, to increase by a factor of the level. So at level 1, I want 10. When it goes to level 2, I want 20, and so on. So what I want to do is repeat. I'm going to replace that repeat with repeat 10 times, and go to variable and say level. Okay. The next thing I want to do is I'm going to change the movement. And I can actually duplicate this right there and move 10 times level steps. So now I'm going to duplicate how fast this moves. So on level 2, the robots will move twice as fast. On level 3, they'll move 3 times as fast. Okay. Now the last thing I'm going to do, I'm going to need a level one out, but I'm going to grab the divide operator. And what I'm going to do is my weight after I clone, instead of having it as 0.5, I'm going to do 0.5 divided by level. So 0.5 divided by 1, 0.5 divided by 2, which would be give me, instead of a half second, give me a quarter second. And divided by 3 would reduce that even further to about 1/6 of a second between. So as I increase levels, my number of bad guys is going to increase by that factor. They're going to move that many times as fast, and they're going to be much closer together. So they're going to come out sooner. Now, right now, my game is probably going to be broken because level is currently 0. So this is where I'm going to go back to label and have it at when the green flag is clicked, set level to 1. Okay? So the green flag is clicked, set level to 1, everything's level 1. Okay? There we go. Now I'm going to start to mess with the programming of how do I now change levels or have certain things happen. Okay? So set level to 1. I'm also going to, inside my label, go over to costumes. I'm going to paint a new costume. I'm going to change to kind of like a bright greeny type color. And I'm going to use the text tool to say Level 1. You can make that all caps if you want to. That's just fine. I'm going to put that in the middle. I'm going to change this to pixel and still put it in the middle. Okay. I can reduce the size a little bit if I need to, and again, center it. Okay. Just make sure that the label sprite is set at 0, 0. So it's also in the middle so that whatever you do here is the same there. Okay. And then what I want to do also is I'm going to duplicate that, change 1 to 2, recenter it, duplicate, change 2 to 3, recenter it again, so that it's always coming up in the center. Okay, I'm going to do a little bit of some fun stuff with loading, but this gets us where we need to start. Okay, so we're then going to do a forever loop after that, and then I'm going to build an if-then stack, and that's going to be based on operators that are equal to, and based on our variable, if level equals 1, and then I can put a series of commands in there. And here's what I'm going to do. First thing I'm going to do is I am going to switch the costume to stuff I don't know. So I'm going to probably want to call these level 1, level 2, level 3. I can come back and name those later. So change it to level 1. Okay. And now I'm going to put a weight in. And then I'm going to switch to blank. And I'm going to tell it to wait 10 seconds. Okay. The reason that I'm going to do that is hopefully somebody scores a point. Oh, actually, that's going to be a problem. Oh, I'll put that here. So that series should happen once, and then forever we can do stuff like that later. All right. Actually, what we'll do, since this controls the look, is we're going to do a wait until. And we're going to have it wait until the score let me see. Wait until, here's equals. We're going to wait until the score, sorry, variables, score is equal to 10. And then that's where we're going to then set our level to level 2. And that does need to be inside the forever loop. Okay, now I can duplicate that. When level equals 2, switch costume to costume 2. Wait 1 second, switch to blank. Wait until score equals. And I know this is kind of where we're setting what the level is. So again, we got to remember what we did before. So the first level is going to give you 10 aliens, robots, invaders, whatever you want to call it. You eliminate them, you get a score of 10. It switches to level 2. We know from before that then level 2 gives you 20 robots or 20 to destroy. That would give you a score of 30 total. So that's where this now becomes, when score equals 30, level to 3. Okay, duplicate this. Then if level equals 3, costume 3, again, I should have named that level 3. Wait until score equals 60, and it's not a levels thing, but that's when we could, and we'll go ahead and create the message because we'll definitely need it later, is we broadcast win. Again, we'll set that up later on in terms of when we receive win, what happens. Okay, so this should do all of our leveling. So as we play it, we see that it's level 1. We destroy all of our robots. Level 2. And the reason we're not getting robots is because we have to go back to the robot one and we have to put this in a forever loop. Okay? So we put this in a forever loop. Yeah, I believe that's what we needed to do. So level 1. Two. And again, we can put some delays in here to kind of get it going. Level 3, now they're coming even faster. And because I have adjusted my level to be so close, like we'll keep doing that. And again, we'll kind of mess with some of the various things here, but basically you now have a leveling system. Okay, so things that you can do. Number 1, as things, or actually, you know what? We're going to do that all in the next video to make some adjustments to make sure this operates a little more smoothly.